The Green Bay Packers have what every other team out there wants. What is it? I'm going to cover that in this video. Hit that subscribe button for me, please. Okay, so let's get into it. What do the Packers have that most every team out there wants? That is 11 picks, 5 in the top 100, which means the Packers will have the liberty or ability to do with that what they want, right? Brian Gutekunst, we know overall is a very conservative GM. He loves his draft picks. He loves to protect them. He also is not afraid to bulk a couple of them up, to move up. So what is that scenario for the Packers where we see them moving up in the draft? And I'm talking moving up to a top 10 pick. Is there a scenario out there where the Packers could potentially do that and get that done? And who would it be? Who's that player for the Packers? I'm going to give you 3 players that makes sense to me. Um, the only thing that really makes sense for the Packers and which teams would be willing to trade those picks. Okay, so you take a look at the top 3 picks in the draft. It's the Bears, Washington, New England, quarterback, quarterback, quarterback. We all know that that's going to be the flow of the top 3 picks. After that, the Cardinals choose. Cardinals will more than likely be taking Marvin Harrison because he's there at number 4. And then at number 5, you've got the Chargers. Chargers, now that is going to be a very interesting pick because there are 2 really good wide receivers left on the board at that particular time and point. But I actually see the Chargers trading this pick. I think Minnesota trades up from that 11 spot to trade with the Chargers to get a JJ McCarthy, the quarterback that they've been wanting, the guy that I feel is going to be one of the better NFL ready quarterbacks today. And then you've got Justin Jefferson there that he's throwing to. So I'm sure JJ McCarthy would welcome that scenery any day of the week. Most any quarterback out there would love to throw to Justin Jefferson. So I see the Minnesota Vikings trading up from 11 down to 5 with the Chargers, which then leads the next 2 teams as the Giants and Titans. I don't see either of those teams really being in love with that pick. I see a scenario where if the Packers were to move up to a 6 spot or 7 spot, it is to grab one of the following guys. And I'm going to give you 3 total scenarios. Okay. So when we start talking about best receivers out there, Rome Odunze out of Washington, so Harrison's off the board. You got Rome Odunze, who is just ridiculous. Okay, so and here's what I love about Odunze is his work ethic. Okay, so let's take a look. Obviously, he's got the size, 6'3", 215 pounds. The guy is speedy. He's quick. He is a huge frame. So let's take a look at this combine video here.
He is the last player out here doing anything. I've never seen anything like this, Jamie, at the combine. And this is a top 10 pick, yes, in the draft this year in the National Football League. We came down here and said, Rome, what are you doing? You're the last one out here. He said, I'm trying to be faster. I'm trying to be better. It's this far cone. He keeps tipping it with his foot. And the officials are telling him, you have a time already. You can take that time. He won't accept it.
I love it. He's not going to accept it. He wants to improve. He wants to get better, get faster, get stronger. I absolutely love the work ethic of Rome Odunze. I would not be disappointed in the least bit. Now, what would the Packers have to give up to move up to get a Rome Odunze? They would have to give up a whole lot. Okay, so is there a world where that happens? I don't think so. Okay. But if we had to move up to get a wide receiver, a playmaker, somebody that is a complete game changer, Romo Dunze is that guy. The other guy is Malik Neighbors, LSU wide receiver. Not as big of a frame, still a big body at 6 foot, 200 pounds. The guy has a whole lot out there. Let's take a look at what Pat McAfee had to say about his combine effort.
Neighbors ran at 4.35 just now. Wow. 4.35 down at the LSU Pro Day, and he is moving. Absolutely.
That's a big man, too.
Congratulations, sir. Yeah. Congratulations. You're bigger, stronger.
Okay, so Malik Neighbors has got some wheels. Okay, there's no doubt about that. That Malik Neighbors can can move and move in a hurry. Okay, so would that be? Is there a scenario where the Packers could go and get a Malik Neighbors potentially? Okay, so I only see one of three players going to the Packers, but when we start talking wide receivers, is that a need for the Packers? I don't think so. Okay, you got Dontavian Wicks, Jaden Reed, two guys that have so much upside. Dontavian Wicks seems to be a favorite target. Same thing with Jaden Reed for Jordan Love, so that you take a look at those wide receivers and then you throw in the mix Christian Watson and all his playmaking abilities if he can stay healthy. And that is a huge if. If he can stay healthy, you've got Christian Watson, you got Romeo Dobbs, and then you've got the playmaking abilities of Bo Melton, who for a game or two, he looked to be a favorite target of Jordan Love. So Bo Melton, I actually really like his size. I like his speed. I like his frame. I really like everything about Bo Melton when we start throwing those guys into the mix. And then, oh, by the way, we've got tight ends and Luke Musgrave and Tucker Kraft. Okay, so we do not have a need at the tight end position. Okay, so in the scenario of if we move up to the top 10, the only thing that makes sense to me would be this dude right here out of Notre Dame, Joe Alt, left tackle. He would play for the Packers. This dude is an absolute beast. I love Joe Alt out of Notre Dame, so I'm sure everybody has seen highlights of Joe Alt. He could add a whole lot to the Packers. And how would he translate into the NFL? It says it right here the best. Alt is a technician in the run game with an excellent feel for defensive move and gap fluidity. He has the athleticism, balance, and body control to react effectively to second level defenders shooting gaps and playing downhill to release double teams. Okay, so Joe Alt is that scenario guy that I see the Packers going out and getting. So if the Packers were to move up into that top 10 level, it would be only to grab Joe Alt out of Notre Dame. That is the only scenario out there. In my opinion, I want you guys to leave your comments. Let me know, what you think about Joe Alt. Would Brian Gutekunst pull the trigger and give up a lot of draft capital? Is Joe Alt worth that draft capital to move up into that top 10 pick, maybe trade with the Giants or the Titans to go and get Joe Alt out of Notre Dame? Leave your comments. Let me know your thoughts, because the last time the Packers drafted an offensive lineman was in 2011, and that was Derek Sherrod. And then last time they drafted a wide receiver in the first round was in 2002. That was Javon Walker out of Florida State. So leave your comments. Let me know your thoughts. Go Pack, go.